Now, to the most important part of every show. This week's guest is candidate for Union County Sheriff's Office, Shawn Dyer. Welcome, Shawn.
Good morning, Rick. How are you?
Very good. How are you involved in the community? Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I'm a member of Harmony Grove Baptist Church. I work with the Blairsville Police Department as assistant chief there, and we do the Shop with a Cop program every year for the kids. And one of our main fundraisers is the Duck Derby, which brings out a lot of people and a lot of donations to sponsor those ducks in a duck race. I'm a 20-year Shriner. Been with the Shriners about 20 years, and that's a great feeling, standing out and collecting money for those kids. And been a member of the Republican Party for quite a few years. Been going to those meetings now for quite a while. So,
all right. Tell me a little about your background in law enforcement.
I'm currently the assistant police chief for the city of Blairsville. I also work for the sheriff's office, and I have the rank there as major. Started my career in 2009. Worked my way up through the Blairsville Police Department from a patrol officer to the assistant chief. Started with Sheriff Mason in 2013 at the Union County Sheriff's Office, and worked my way up there from night shift sergeant to the rank of major now.
All right, so you're already connected with our local agencies.
Yes, I'm connected with both agencies, and I helped advocate that back when Sheriff Mason got elected of swearing in the Blairsville Police Department as deputies so that they could help out with whatever needed to be if they needed help or assisting calls or whatever. And it's been a great relationship between the two, and we had nothing but positive change out of that. And that's one thing that I'm going to continue, is that positive relationship between the two agencies.
That's a big plus.
Oh, you just don't realize how important that is.
Yeah. Teamwork. We get old. Teamwork. What is it? Together we each achieve more. Teamwork.
We both have the same job, and it's just two different little jurisdictions that by everybody working together, it makes the citizens safer and the guys that's working safer. And if you got that great relationship, everybody wins. Right.
Sounds like you're familiar with the day-to-day operations at the Union County Sheriff's Office.
I am very familiar with it. Actually, I've worked in about every position there over the years of working there. I've helped in narcotics, doing undercover buys, supervised the road, the investigations, the courthouse, animal control, civil and warrants division. So, I'm and very familiar with the operation of the jail.
Animal control.
Yes, sir. We got two animal control officers that are very important to this community, and it's amazing how busy they stay from day in and day out handling a lot of these animal complaints and animal calls.
Sure. Do you have any executive training? Tell me a little about that.
I do. I'm a certified police chief in the state of Georgia. I attended the chief's training, and so I'm a certified police chief. I can be a chief of police in any city in the state of Georgia. Every year I keep my hours up, those executive hours on that training, and very proud of that training because there's not many people out here that can say that.
Sure. Are you familiar with the grant processes?
Very familiar with the grant processes. I just got a grant this year for our police department. That grant's about a little over $18,000 for new computers for all our police cars and a couple extra printers. So that grant work can be tricky work because sometimes a grant seems like it's really good, but when you start seeing what comes in on the back end, all the strings attached, it might cost your agency money. So you got to really watch what you go after on those grants, and I understand that very well.
I was at a Movers and Shakers meeting recently, and the Commissioner Cliff Bradshaw was talking about all grants aren't the same. You really got to know what you're doing.
You got to be very careful with those things because you'll get in over your head if you're not careful. So
yeah. Will you be a working sheriff?
Absolutely. I'll be one that's accessible pretty much all the time. I love to work. not many people work as much as I do, and I'm used to it. Yes, I'll be a working sheriff. There's no doubt about that.
Now, I see you have a wedding ring on.
Yes, yes, I've been married to my wife Shauna for the last 25 years. Together we have 6 children and 7 grandchildren.
Congratulations, 6 kids. I had 2 and said, "Whoa, Nelly." 6.
6, and they're all grown and out working, and all of them are being very successful.
Very good, very good. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Blairsville originally, from
Okay.
Union County. My family's been here for forever. Born and raised here. Really have a lot of passion about Union County. Our family has a lot of heritage here, and I like to see our heritage preserved and maintained, and I'm a big advocate for that.
The 6 kids, did you raise them here in Union?
Yes, they were all raised here in Union.
Okay, Panthers. You're Union County Panthers.
Oh yeah, they played baseball, football, soccer, you name it. They played it. So
Tell me, let's go from the beautiful and nice to, have you had to make any high-profile arrests?
oh yeah, I've made quite a few arrests in my career. I've seized a couple of houses from drug arrests and quite a few vehicles. Done a pretty big case here a while back with a stolen baseball card, and was able to find that card and return the card to the owner.
Can you disclose who the card was of?
It was of Babe Ruth.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, it was pretty rare case when it came in. A guy called in from Virginia and said that he had sent a card to Blairsville to be graded and packaged, and it was a very rare Babe Ruth card.
I guess so.
And it was supposed to have been mailed out, and he never received it. And I started the investigation and tracked it down to a post on Facebook, and done a search warrant for the resident and retrieved the card. So it was nice to be able to get that card back.
I guess so. There can't be that many cards of the Bambino, Babe Ruth himself. That's got to be pretty rare.
It was a really rare card, and the guy was ecstatic to get it back. So
I bet he was. That sounds like a lot of fun, honestly, trying to find and track it down.
yeah, it was a challenge.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know how we'd fare on that one, but we worked hard and quick, and that's one thing you got to do in law enforcement. Is when you get a case in, you got to jump on it quick, and because the longer you wait, the probability of solving it goes out the window. So I'm a firm believer in that.
How do you work with other agencies? We talked about that just a little earlier.
Work very well with other agencies. Got a great relationship with the Union County School Police. Of course, our relationship between the Sheriff's Office and the Blairsville Police Department is really good. My relationship with the fire department is awesome. We train together, us and the fire department, on disasters and active shooter drills. It's a great working relationship. Got a great relationship with DNR, Georgia DNR, the GBI. Got a great relationship with the GBI, and also have a good relationship with the Towns County Sheriff. He'll anytime I call him, he'll answer the phone, and vice versa. Got a good relationship with the Sheriff of White County and the Sheriff of Fannin County. So I've got a really good working relationship with all the surrounding agencies.
Very good. Shawn, I skipped something. You were telling me 6 kids. First, that's an amazing wife. 25 years. That tells me she's a patient wife. Tell me what she does for a living.
She works at the Union County school system, and she's been there about 23 or 24 years, I think it is. I can't remember right offhand, but she's been there a long time, and she really loves her job there. It's a great place for her to work.
Very good, very good. Now, I know there's a relationship between the sheriff's office and the jail. How do you manage the jail?
Well, the jail is a really big part of the sheriff's office, and a lot of people don't realize that because it's kind of tucked away, and there's a lot of managing has to go on with that jail, because if you don't manage that jail correctly, your costs can go way up, and if your costs go way up, then your property taxes will go up.
Sure. And we don't want that.
And we don't
Property
want-
taxes is one of the things I get to sell. One of the beauties of our area.
Yeah, so
Low.
you got to be able to manage these inmates and work with the court systems, which I have a great knowledge of that, of how to when they're in our custody there at the jail, we work with the court system to move these people through the court system, and either they get sentenced to time somewhere else, which takes them off our hands, or they get put back out in the work field where they will be on probation. But we work really hard with the courts, and they do a really good job about helping manage that place, because last year we put over 900 people in a 54-bed jail, and we didn't have to pay to house anybody out. So
900 in a 54-bed. That was
throughout the
in
year.
and out, in
Yes,
and out, in
yes.
and out. Okay.
So you got to work on that. If you drop the ball on that, it's going to cost money. So
Sure.
you got to really know what you're doing there.
Sounds like it. What is some of the biggest crimes in our area?
Of course, we got all kinds of crimes in our area. Drugs is an issue, and we're going to combat drugs very hard. We're going to increase our narcotics division, and we're going to increase get some new technology to help fight these drugs. And but our biggest crime right now is internet crimes on the elderly mainly. These crimes are taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from our citizens, and these crimes are occurring from other countries that we can't go to, and we can't lock these people up. So the best way to combat these crimes is the education and prevention of them not doing that. And we're working on that currently. We're holding public forums. We're educating the public, and we're putting pieces in the paper, pieces on Facebook, to educate them what not to do.
Right.
And if you don't click that button, they're not going to steal your money.
Sure.
So,
Last week's guest was a retired Miami-Dade Lieutenant Efren Lopez. He was commander of their fraud unit for over 10 years, and it was scary.
It
I
is.
mean, what's out there? We could have, just like we have very little time together, he and I could have talked for hours. I mean, we just scratched the surface. Nationally, all across the country, it's $1 billion industry, that kind of fraud on our elderly.
it's amazing how big it is, and and our community involvement is what we got to do to prevent a lot of crimes. Is get out here and get involved in our community, and I will do that. I'm a very approachable person.
Right.
People that's known me over the years know that they can call me, they can talk to me. I'm very approachable, and I will listen.
Right.
But getting involved in the community is going to be one of my biggest changes.
How do you plan, if elected, to deal with some of these crimes? What are your thoughts?
Just the community involvement, getting out there, educating these people, getting involved in their neighborhoods, their social clubs, and getting the information they need to know of what not to do, and that will help prevent a lot of these crimes from happening. It's already working in our agency.
Good.
We're done saving thousands of dollars where people call in and ask, should I do this? And it's saving them money.
Very good.
So,
You mentioned you have a Facebook site you post some of this information
yeah,
to?
we have the Union County Sheriff's Office has a Facebook site now. They had one that was created years ago that we can't get rid of. And we've been trying to get rid of that Facebook site. Facebook won't let us do it. So they've ended up creating another one that you can go on to and see the most current things going on.
I will definitely look that up and share some of your good information. I try and help the community with information, and that I love that. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
And talking about the jail and the budgets, I'm very familiar with budgets with both agencies. I maintain the budget with the Blairsville Police Department. I'm responsible for that, of helping set and staying within that budget. I also do the same thing with the Union County Sheriff's Office. So I've got experience with maintaining budgets and setting budgets and knowing what we need and how to achieve it. So I will be very conservative with y'all's money.
It always comes back to the almighty dollar and
Right.
everything we do, private or public.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Are you in favor of the Second Amendment?
Absolutely. I'm an avid gun collector. I love to collect guns. I'm a sportsman. I enjoy hunting, fishing. So yes, I'm in support of the Second Amendment wholeheartedly.
Very good. What do you like to hunt?
I like to deer hunt a lot, and I love to fish, and spend a lot of my time fishing. That's one of my
Well, Notley or creeks or?
Notley creeks. It don't. As long as I'm fishing, I'm relaxed and happy, and
A pole in the hand.
a pole in the hand.
Very good. What is the current state of the Union County Sheriff's Office?
The Union County Sheriff's Office is in great shape. We have a ton of equity. We have good equipment. All our guys have vests. They have tasers. They have up-to-date weapons, up-to-date armor, whether it be bulletproof vests or shields. Our vehicle fleet is practically new,
Very
and
nice.
we're in really good financial shape at Union County Sheriff's Office, and I'm very proud of that. Most agencies are not in good a shape as we are right now, and we've been able to achieve that by being frugal with our money and holding the people that work for us accountable of taking care of the equipment, which they do a great job, and it helps. And I will continue that and spend that budget very conservatively and the best way I know how to get the most bang for our buck.
It's refreshing to hear a government division that is being economically or fiscal responsible.
It's very important to do that, and you treat that stuff. It's the taxpayer's stuff, but if you treat it like it's your own,
Sure.
and keep it maintained and take care of it, it'll last, and you'll get the equity back out of it when you need to either trade it or use it for a long time.
Right.
So,
As a taxpayer, that is very much appreciated.
Yes.
Thank y'all. Why do you want to be sheriff?
it's the reason I want to be sheriff is it's not for the title of sheriff. That really don't mean anything to me much. It's kind of like a guy that came up to me on Easter morning. I was working on Easter morning, and I was sitting in a church parking lot just to make the people feel good when they walked into their sunrise service. And this guy came up to me and he said, I moved here 2 years ago from Tampa, Florida. And he said, I moved here 2 years ago. I've never felt unsafe here. And he said, I can't say the same about where I came from. He said, almost every day when I would leave my office building and go to my car, I felt unsafe. And he said, I want to really tell you how much I appreciate feeling safe here in Union County. And that's one thing, I've got my wife and kids that live here, my grandkids, and everybody else's wife, kids, and grandkids that live here. And I want to maintain that. And the group of guys that we have working for us are a really great group of guys. And I want to be there to help them continue doing the good job that they're doing and hopefully one day retire.
I grew up a little south of Tampa, and I can promise you, there isn't hardly anybody down there that feels safe. So I understand why that gentleman would say that, and that was true. What he tells you, as far as up here, you just feel safe.
And that's the way I want to keep it. I take pride in that, and I don't like to see people taking advantage of other people,
Sure.
and not going to put up with it here. We're gonna run that crime out, and the gangs and the stuff like that. If we see it get started, we're going to stop it. I'm not going to let that involve in our community.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, Shawn. I really do. Thank you, and good luck
I
with your race.
appreciate you having me.
Folks, my name is Rick Andrews. I hope you'll tune in next week. As always, sure appreciate you listening. Thank you so much.